Hi guys! If you're new to this channel, my name is Joslyn and welcome to Get Inspired Be Inspired. If you're a subscriber, welcome back to my channel. So this is the place for all faith-based motivation and personal growth for all my high achievers out there. I see you. My goal is to motivate you and inspire you to achieve your God-given goals and dreams and to live the life you truly love. So let's just jump right into today's video. So today we are talking about opposition. What do we do when we are faced with opposition? When things are going wrong, when things are not working, what do we do? What's the right way to deal with opposition? So you could be in a situation where you've shared your goals and dreams with your friends and family and you're like, what? This will never happen. I've never heard this before. It's not going to work. You don't have what it takes. And it's like, ouch, ow, that really hurts. Or you could be also in a situation where you are working towards your goal and dreams, but people are not taking you seriously because they've always known you to be a certain way. And because you're stepping out and doing something completely new, they're like, what? Like, where's this coming from? And so they just misunderstand you. Or you could be also in a situation where you try really hard and you're going towards your goals and dreams, but things are not working. Everything seems like going in shambles. Everything is going against you. And it's like, oh my goodness, what do I do here? And so there's a man in the Bible and his name is Nehemiah, and he went through this situation and this experience in his life before he was able to achieve his God-given goals and dreams. So just to give you a bit of context of who Nehemiah is, just in case if you don't know him. So Nehemiah was a man that was working for a king, and he was the cupbearer. So the cupbearer is someone who tastes the food and drink before the king eats the food and drinks the drink, just in case there's any poison. So Nehemiah was really close to the king because of that. And one day he goes to the king and he's really, really sad, really down. And so the king noticed that there's something different about Nehemiah. There's something wrong somewhere. So he asks Nehemiah, Nehemiah, what's wrong? And Nehemiah opens up and tells the king that he's actually heard a news that the walls of Jerusalem are destroyed. And his desire is to see them rebuilt. So he got permission from the king to go to Jerusalem to go and rebuild those walls. So once he gets to Jerusalem, he organized people to actually build those walls. But then there were people who were not very happy of he coming there to rebuild those walls. And those people were Sanballat and Tobiah. And those were governors who were living in the nearby areas. So they wanted to have influence over the area. So knowing that actually someone has come to rebuild the walls meant that all their plans and dreams were just, flying into thin air. And they were not happy about it at all. So they started insulting him, accusing him of things that he has not done at all, trying to sabotage the project. And, in spite of it all, in spite of all odds, Nehemiah was still able to rebuild the walls in a record time of just 52 days, guys. Just 52. That's amazing. So today we are going to look at what he did to really withstand the opposition, and also what can we learn and lessons that we can also apply to our life. So lesson number one is to pray. When you are faced with a lot of opposition, people are mocking you, making fun of you, people are not taking you seriously, insulting you, wishing that you fail, the first thing to do is to go to God in prayer and really pour out your feelings to God, your frustration, your anger, pour it out to God. And what that does is that it gives you the strength to carry on, because God, as we pray, he gives us the strength to carry on. And also what happens as well is that it helps us to refocus. So in the case of Nehemiah, when he has so much opposition against him, what he did is that he went to God in prayer and he lifted the situation to God and he asked God to take control. So that's the first thing that we need to do. And lesson number two is to stay focused. Don't get distracted. And it's easy to get distracted when people are against you and things are just not working out. But stay on course. Don't quit. And this is really, really important. Never, never, ever quit. And so in the case of Nehemiah, he was still focused on his goal. And always remember that and work well done is always worth the effort. And also remember that there will never be triumph without any opposition. So always remember, what is your why? Why are you doing what you are doing? So always remember that, and that will give you the drive and passion to go on. In the case of Nehemiah, His drive and his passion was to see the walls of Jerusalem, his city, rebuilt. So that was his drive. That was the force that and his motivation to help him to carry on towards his goal. And the lesson number 3 is to plan and prepare. If you want to show God that we are really serious with our plans and our dreams, it's not enough to just pray, but we also have to take action. And in the case of Nehemiah, when he saw that, Sanballat and Tobias were trying to sabotage his plans, his project, what he did that he changed his strategy. So initially, all the builders were actually building the wall. But then when he heard that Sanballat and Tobias were organizing people to come and attack the builders, he changed his strategy. So what he did is that he asked all the builders to have weapons on them, and also he divided the builders into 2. So the first group were the group building the wall, and the second group were keeping guard just in case there was any attack. So my question to you today is, what is your plan B, C, D? Do you have to change strategy? What would a new strategy be? So make sure you have a second plan in place. And lesson number 4 is to have a good support system. It's really difficult to achieve our goals and dreams alone. We always need a support system. People who encourage us to keep on going. So that's what you need. And in the case of the Nehemiah and the builders, they had a support system. So between themselves, they were encouraging themselves so that they will be able to rebuild the walls. So make sure you have a good support system. So I hope these lessons were useful. Let me know in the comments below, how do you face opposition? When you are faced with opposition, what do you do? And also let me know which are the strategies that you like to implement straight away. Make sure you also like, share and subscribe. And as always, get inspired, be inspired. Mwah.